Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. Testing. Ready to go? Ready to go? Ready to go? Guys, I thank you very much for waiting there while we went through a little bit of technical difficulty getting this all set up. My name is Adam Maggio, and I have an extremely special guest here with us today from the American Wealth Builders Academy headquartered in Palm Beach, Florida. We thank you all for being on this little video cast, whether you're a current investor with us or you're someone that's really looking to get started. Today, we managed to be able to take him off his yacht and have him come in and answer some very specific questions that we get a lot of times from viewers like you guys when you're looking to get started in some turnkey real estate. So what I want to do is introduce him in a second. More importantly, what I want to introduce you to is the rest of the team here. A lot of you have had conversations with us. Some of you have pulled the trigger right away and you knew what you wanted, but some of you are sitting on the fence and maybe you want to connect a name to a face. So today what we want to do is just have a little bit of more of a roundtable chat. We really don't have anything planned. We put together some of the questions that you guys may have had. We're going to throw up a number here in a little bit where you're going to be able to call in live and you're going to be able to call in afterwards to have some of your questions asked. So without further ado, I want to bring the man that's 9 times out of 10 floating on the water, whether it be on a jet ski or a yacht, the one and only Mark Evans. Come on up, Mark. Thank you very much for doing this for us. And I'll be back in a little bit, and I'll let Mark take over and answer all, kick it off.
Awesome, Adam. Thank you very much. Hey, guys, thank you for being here. We got a lot of cool stuff to go over today. We'll probably go about 25 to 30 minutes. Main thing is I just kind of wanted to hang out with you, get to know you a little bit better, introduce you to the team, introduce you to the office. I don't come to the office a whole lot, but now if we do, why not do a video and introduce you to the team? What we got behind me is 6 best-selling books. There's 1 missing. So we'll probably be doing some gifts and some fun stuff to give away. But we get a lot of questions, and we're going to be taking questions, like I said, here shortly. Bear with us. We got about a minute to a minute and a half delay. So if you're calling in and I'm answering your question, you know, we might have to put it on mute for a few until we get caught up on the audio. That's just something that happens with technology. We have no control over that. But again, thank you for being here. It's beautiful Palm Beach, Florida. It's going to probably be 80 degrees today. We get done here. We got the call team here, talking to buyers daily, talking to sellers daily. You'll meet Peter upstairs. He's always hiding out from work, so don't mind that. Here he comes. Well, we got a lot of cool stuff to go over. So I just kind of want to keep this casual, laid back. We're going to show you around to the team, have them answer some questions before we get started. And then while we're talking about the questions, and maybe you'll have some more questions on top of that. And this is for anybody. If you're looking to become an investor, such as like do what we do daily, buy and sell property on a consistent basis, or if you're looking to become an investor as a passive investor, like buying through your IRA, 401k, or just some cash you have lying around, you want to put into work and get a projected 10, 12, 13, 14, or 15% net ROI on that money, you'll probably want to talk to one of the superstars we have that we're going to introduce you today. What's cool about this too is, as you know, the phone, you lose a lot of like, what does the person look like? How do they act? You know, and all that good stuff. Well, what you're going to see here today is kind of how we just hang out. It's not a formal office. It's a very laid back office. We're here to help you and serve you and support you any way we can. We're not here to sell you properties. We're here to assist you on the process of purchasing properties. If that's from us or someone else, we're cool either way. At the end of the day, we want you to have a great opportunity and a great experience of buying properties, which if you've ever bought properties and you've done it wrong, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've been there, done that multiple times, and we don't want to go back there. So again, there's a lot of brand new people here that don't know who I am. My name is Mark Evans, DMDN. The DM means deal maker or dream maker to you, mother. And DN means digital nomad. The key is here is that we're able to help generate massive amounts of deals and quality deals. We vet them through a process, a formal process. We may show that today if we have time, of how we're able to get high level deals at great prices and be able to carry those prices over to you. The reason we're able to do these kind of deals quickly is because we move them fast. Like when I say fast, there's oftentimes deals are selling in hours, sometimes a couple days. But the key is that once you make a decision, you move forward, they happen quickly. And I think that's what you'll see with our group over here at American Wealth Builders is we're constantly looking how to streamline, support you, and help you on that journey. Not only that, as an investor or a purchaser of real estate, it's easy to buy real estate when you have cash. We all know that. The real magic in real estate investing, like any business, is management. And we're going to talk about that with AK, Lindsay, Frank, Bruce, all of you guys. We're going to bring them up here, talk about their most top questions. They get asked 2 or 3 questions, and then get used to their personality. And you say, hey, I want to work with AK. Hey, I want to work with Frank or Lindsay or Bruce or whoever. At the end of the day, you can take your pick of who you want to work with, decide on the type of properties. We're all here to support you. What's cool is we'll meet up at the day. They'll talk about what you got going on, how we can find you a great deal that fits your criteria. So I think you'll be pleased with that. Not only that, we've been at this game for nearly 19 years of investing. So I didn't just fall off the turnip truck and just decide and read a Carlton Sheets book and say, hey, we're going to be investors. This is something we formulated over the years, have really worked hard and spent a lot of time, energy, and money and efforts to get to this point. We're going to talk about what is virtual investing. It means a lot of things to a lot of people. We're going to drill down in that later today here in a few. So without further ado, what I want to do, I'm not going to, Peter, do we have a number yet? I guess no. So we don't have a number yet, but we're going to have a number for you to call into to ask questions live. So what I want to do is I want to bring on, one of the first persons, if you don't mind, we'll bring, AK, you ready to come up?
Yeah.
We're going to bring AK up. AK has been with us almost a year now. You were in Columbus, Ohio last year in June. You'd realize you probably met AK. What's up, AK? How's it going, man? So we got a lot of people here, AK, hanging out here. We're in Palm Beach, Florida, obviously. What are the top 2 questions you get from buyers or people that want to get involved in real estate investing?
That's a great question, Mark. And one of the top questions that I get asked all the time is, hey, I don't really want to buy a property which is not in my backyard. I want to be able to see my property. I want to be able to drive by it. I want to be able to go and do the fixing myself if something goes wrong. And the best answer that I give them is all that is a mindset. If you are shortchanging yourself by only looking at your backyard, you're going to lose out. And Mark can tell you a little bit more about the right answer to that question is. Mark, what's your take on that?
No, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, the backyard, again, you're sitting here watching us. You might be in China, Australia, Canada, California, or you might be right here in Palm Beach, Florida. We don't know. That's the beautiful thing about the virtual environment world we live in now. This has been going on for many, many years, but it's become easier for the average investor to be able to tap into investments across the world. I know Adam talks about currency manipulation. If you're sitting in California drinking a coffee right now, it's almost 9:45 a.m. here. You're drinking a coffee at 6:45 a.m. there. You could be purchasing properties for pennies compared to, $40,000 in Ohio.
Absolutely, and you nailed it. You said it perfectly. Why shortchange yourself? And another question, Mark, that I get asked a lot is, hey, I buy a property. I'm in California. What happens if the tenant destroys the property? How do I know that my property is being taken care of? What's your answer to that?
No, it's a great question. Again, we talk about investing as a team effort. Real estate investing, if you do it wrong, if you're thinking, I buy a property, by the way, I've done it wrong many times before, but you buy a property, you're managing it yourself, it's in your backyard, there's a hole in the ceiling, you call a contractor, you go through all those processes. What we've done is streamlined and supported that process through property management and us. They could call you and we could guide them on that process of how to handle that contractor, how much things should cost. We get discounts on everything we do because we're doing bulk deals constantly with our contractors, with our property managers. So it's really it's a team sport.
Absolutely. And another thing that I want to mention is all this didn't happen overnight. It took Mark 19 years to tweak this product, bring it up to a level where you can virtually sit back in California or New York or wherever you are and just watch those returns come in like clockwise every single month.
Absolutely. Real quick, AK, question for you. What's like the last client that you've had? First name, where do they live, and why did they buy a real estate deal from us?
Oh, that's a great question. One of my top clients, and what an absolute gentleman. He's 65 years old. He's a physician out of Arkansas. His name is Dr. Dwayne Velez. And he was burnt in a real estate deal before. He wanted to leverage himself by taking a line of credit and buying a house, hired a subcontractor to fix up the house, and then he thought he would sell it for a profit. It was a great deal on paper, but unfortunately, there was so many moving parts in that deal that nobody kept their end of the bargain. The only person who lost out was Dr. Velez. He was down $220,000. So when Dr. Velez and I started talking, he wanted to be assured that he understood that there were no guarantees in investment, but he wanted to know that his assets are going to be secure, the deed's going to be in his name. He did not want to be a landlord. He did not want to be a contractor. He just wanted to sit back and collect those distributions. He started out, the first deal he did was he bought 3 properties, each of them putting out an ROI for between 14 and 16% net. Today, he has 5 properties, and actually, as we speak, I spoke to him yesterday. He told me that he's looking at another one to buy today, a nice little brick house for $45,000, putting out a net projected ROI of 15%. So his check every single month is about $5,500 that he collects without having to do any heavy lifting on his part.
That's awesome. I mean, AK, the thing with that is, again, we're all investors. There's a lot of people that want to be active and passive watching. Doctor, he's 65 years old. He's a very hands-off, passive investor.
Right.
So the problem is what we see is some people say, hey, I want to be passive, but they're trying to do active roles like property management. You don't want to do property management. You don't want to be the property manager.
Exactly.
That's an active role. You don't want to be the contractor repairing the property. That's an active role. With the doc, he's just laid back, gives us a call. He can call you at any time, send us an email. We're there to support you on that process. We're not looking for the one-night stand deal. We're looking for longevity. We know you have friends. We know your friends have friends. We understand how all that works. That's why we've been doing it so long and constantly keep getting repeat business. Out of your clients list, how many people buy multiple properties over the year with you?
Almost 95%.
Right.
Almost 95%. They start off with one property just to build a relationship. It's like sort of a handshake deal. But then they keep adding to that portfolio. And truly, what we do is over a long period of time, and Mark will go through the numbers in detail with you guys, but our goal here is for you to make money, for you to be able to sit back and make money. Right now, I'm talking to a gentleman out of California who's in the software business. He has 2 kids. What he's trying to do is set up an IRA in his kid's name and have one property in every child's name, and then have the IRA distributions go into their children's name. So by the time they're 18 and ready to go to college, the rental distributions from each property will actually pay for their tuition. So it's a great thing that we're doing here. All I say, and I've learned this from Mark, is whatever it is you're trying to do, just pick up the phone and give us a call, and we're here to answer all your questions.
Yeah, we're not here to sell you. We're here to guide you. Way different process. We're not looking for you to make a decision on the first call, just in the first 2 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. But we're here to have you take action. But again, like, we want to share with you what we have, 19 years of experience collectively, 100 years plus of experience here with the total group. But we're here to guide you. We're going to talk about the IRA. When AK says IRA, that means IRA or Roth IRA or Roth 401k and all that. Real quick, Peter just told me to ask you all. There's some folks here that have a lot of questions. If you don't see the chat box, refresh your page, please. If you don't see the chat box, please refresh your page. We're going to be answering live questions here shortly. Anything from Kevin? Thank you very much. Thanks, Peter. Blah 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 for host. Peter, why does Peter always get all the credit? He does nothing. I do all the work and give him all the credit. But no, at the end of the day, there's a lot of people here, and we're gonna bear with us. This is brand new to us. We're trying to trend set to connect with you. We're trying to do this once a week. Let us know if this is something you'd like. We're going to talk about topics. Maybe AK's talking about a topic for a half hour one day by himself. Lindsay will bring on in a second, Frank and Bruce and all you guys. But at the end of the day, is there any parting words or what, when you talk to them, like, again, it's a casual conversation. It's not.
Oh, absolutely. The biggest thing that I would say is thinking is not going to make you money. You have to take action at some point. And I understand we don't want to come off as salesy, but you have to get off your couch and make that decision for yourself. It's not only in investing, no matter what you do in life, take that first step. That's all I'm saying.
Well, my work's done here. No, I'm just like, awesome.
Thanks,
man.
Mark.
Thanks, man. Awesome. Lindsay, you want to come up, introduce you to the group? Peter, we got quite, okay. All right, guys, we got Lindsay. Hey, Lindsay.
Hello.
So we have Lindsay here. She's kind of new to the team here, and many of you have talked to her or not talked to her, or will talk to her. And Lindsay, what do you think so far of what we got going on?
I love it. Love it that we're here to help people.
Yeah. So Lindsay is just joined the team, what, a month ago? 3 weeks?
A month? About a month.
About a month ago. She's there to consult with you. She's there to guide you on, you're doing the PowerPoint pieces, the first calls, just conversate with her, touch base with her. What do you like so far? What do you think the most? Like the group team effort, aka all of us here,
We keep it fun, we keep it light, and we're here to help.
right?
We're constantly joking and having a good time.
Right. So we have a good time. That's key. We help clients. That's key. But what do you think about learning? Like you're always learning about the IRA piece, how to not sell people, but just to talk to people. I mean, what do you see? Is it very laid back? Not salesy at all, right?
Not at all, and we're constantly learning.
You gotta talk louder.
Talk
Just gotta
louder.
talk louder.
Gotta get used to talking loud. That's not normal for me, right? No, what I like the most is that we learn every day. I come into work and I'm getting more knowledge to be able to help people, not just, make them more money, but a lot of people don't realize that they have money sitting in IRAs. I talk to some people that they're like, oh, I had a 401k and da 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 da. They have no idea that they have money that's sitting there that they can grow.
Right. I think that's a key thing. I was just talking to a lady yesterday. She's like, Mark, I forgot I had 23,000 in this account.
Yep.
We get that often.
Yep.
So, I mean, guys and gals, we talk to a lot of people every day. We've heard every story. You hear stories daily, right, from different people, where they started at, where they want to go. There's no journey or no road that we haven't been down that we can't assist you on that process. We'll give you direction. We'll make, our goal is to help you make your goals a reality. So with Lindsay here, you can call her, contact her, email her. She's there to help you and give you that guidance. What's the top questions you get, Lindsay, from the clients?
Well, I realized that a lot of the people, a lot of our investors are in California, New York, Florida, Jersey. They're used to the eviction laws being a lot harder.
Right.
I mean, in Florida, we all know, it's very difficult. So the best part of markets that we go into, it's a lot easier for people to be able the risk in regards to
The tenant law issues and all
exactly.
that? Yeah.
Yep.
No, I mean, with the tenant laws, like in Columbus, Ohio, we can have anybody out within 45 days max, right? And again, we have properties in Pennsylvania. It could take 6, 7, 8 months. Jersey, New York, I mean, we're talking nightmares there. So if you have a great experience in those markets, that's awesome, but it's just a matter of time. So we do go into markets, as Lindsay's saying. I didn't even think about that because it is a big deal, and it's something we've really worked hard to get to be able to streamline that process. Again, we have a team. So we have property manager. If they're not paying, we do a 3-day notice, a formal eviction, and then send it off to the lawyer, and then they get them out. And then we have the contractors go back in, the property manager go back in, and we have a tenant within that property within days, if not that same day, as soon as it's ready. So what's another question? That's a great question. I didn't even think about that. What's another question, Lindsay, I'm trying to be politically correct today.
I'm trying to think of the two that I constantly. I had 2 really good ones recently. One was the evacuation.
Yeah, eviction.
Eviction.
Well, we call it evacuation.
This thing.
Evacuate them.
Thing. And then what was the other one yesterday? I was trying to think of.
Is it the IRA, 401k, or I'm not sure. What's another good question? Invest with 401k. Yeah, the 401k investments are good. Again, there's a lot of people that have jobs prior.
Right.
Maybe they get fired. Maybe they get laid off.
Well,
Maybe they quit. Right.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying before. Is I was talking to a gentleman that he had money sitting in his 401k that he had no idea that he could use towards investments.
Yeah, again, if you have a 401k or IRA, you do have the availability or the option to be able to extract that money, place it into an environment that allows you to buy assets. It doesn't just have to be real estate. It could be other things such as gold, silver, and different things like that. We're not giving advice or acting as your accountant or advisor,
Right.
but we're here to tell you, like, these things exist and we deal with this stuff daily.
Make money off your money.
Make money off your money. Awesome, Lindsay. Thank you. So they can call in, talk to Lindsay. She's there to help you, whatever you need. All right, cool. Frank the Tank, you ready? So we got Frank the Tank here. He's new to the group as well. He's been working with us for a while. What's up, buddy?
Mark,
How you doing?
thank you.
So again, this is Frank. Welcome to the world. We got a lot of cool stuff with Frank. He is a hustler, certified hustler. He's in here grinding it out daily, talking to people, sharing his advice freely and openly and willingly, able to assist anybody. So Frank, what's some questions you're getting on a daily basis?
Well,
First of all, before you answer the question, why is everyone wearing dress coats here?
Yeah.
We never dress like, no, I'm just joking. All right, Frank.
AK told me I had to dress up today because we were going on film. So, you know, but no, basically the main question is when I talk to people about these properties, what we have, I give them the rundown. They say, Frank, where are these properties? And my answer is, where would you like them to be? We have them all across the country, but this is the reason why we want to put you in so-and-so market.
Yeah. So, I mean, the backyard investing thing, again, this is the virtual component, right? A lot of people, again, there's nothing wrong with thinking you should invest in your backyard. Here's one realization I had as an investor, being an active, passive, together investor. When you purchase a property in your backyard, you're going to drive by it. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're going to drive by it. What are you going to do when you drive by it? Look at it. That's about all we're going to do. If you're not handy, maybe you're handy like my father, and he's going to show up. He's going to want to replace the ceiling fan or whatever, which is fine as well. There is a rule in that. But the key is people come to us to be passive. They're not coming to be active investors. They're coming to say, hey, I don't want to build the team. I don't want to do the direct mail. I don't want to vet all the leads that are coming into us. I don't want to have to set up the systems, the processes, the procedures, the property management issues, the contractor issues. And those are just a small amount of the issues that can happen. I want to go to someone that has all that done, and that's what they specialize in, right? And I want to be able to take you to the next step and hand the money over to the deal. So we close with a third-party company, title company.
Yeah.
We make it super simple. We have a deal coordinator. Roseanne's in. We got to give a shout out to Roseanne. She's in California. She's definitely here.
She's awesome. She's insane.
She is awesome. She's amazing. If anybody's dealt with her, you know she is on top of her game, and she's awesome. And if we had 100 Roseannes, watch out world, right?
That's right.
So Frankie, that's going on. What's another question you get all the time?
Well, another question I get all the time is, and what I like to say to this question, but first of all, they ask me, Frank, what is the market like if we say Columbus, Ohio? Frank, what is the market like in Columbus, Ohio? How do I know that what you're telling me is true?
Right. How do I know you're telling me it's true? First of all, you should trust us, but verify it. Everything we share with folks is 100% verifiable. Forbes is talking about Columbus, Ohio. You know, entrepreneurs talking about Columbus, Ohio with all the tech stuff going on. Nation Wexner's company, these are all Columbus, Ohio companies. So, and let's not forget the Ohio State University. So this is my home, national champs, right? This is my hometown, about an hour east of Columbus. So I'm very familiar, very comfortable. And again, when you have money, it's easy to buy real estate, but how do you manage it from afar? And what we've done, it doesn't matter what area you're in. If you're buying for the right reason, turnkey cash flow, ROI, etc.
Right.
It's all about having a team that's going to be able to assist you on that process, right?
Yeah. Like I try to explain to them about how we talk about here in the office, manipulating your currency. And people, they don't get that. They want to buy, like AK brought up earlier, I'm a California investor. I want to stay in California. Okay, so in California, what is $40,000 going to do for you in California? I mean, in New York, what is $40,000 going to do for you? Here in West Palm Beach, I mean, realistically, that's the mindset that I try and get the people to understand that, hey, I understand you're a California investor, but if you want to manipulate your currency and actually get the ROIs that we're looking for, we have to go to different markets.
Absolutely. Awesome stuff, Frank. Anything else? Any departing words? They can call in, talk to you one-on-one privately. We got people asking questions as well. But do you have any?
Just give us a call. I mean, we're here to answer questions. I mean, we love to talk to everybody. Give us a call. We're here. I mean, you see it. This is the office. Mark is a great guy. I'm blessed to have this opportunity, and I want to say thank you. Everybody, give us a call.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Frank. Appreciate it. All right, Bruce. We got Bruce coming in.
Yes, sir.
Watch out. He's not bringing his pink bag in though, so I'm kind of disappointed. He said he's going to. What's up, Bruce?
How you doing, baby?
Good, man. How you?
Good. I'm great.
So we got Bruce. He's the main guy in the office, hanging out here, making things happen. Great guy. Got a lot of cool stuff going on. So Bruce, you've been with us recent. Like, what are the questions are you getting on a consistent basis?
Well, I think it's more the questions that I'm not getting, and one of them is that people don't really believe how hassle-free this whole process has been made. You know how simple it is, and they want to make it complex. You know, they want to make it like we're buying currencies or something like that, or commodities. No, it's not. We've got a simple process. It consists of the right people, skillful people, people that care about you. Right? We got a process that's going to help you make money and save you time, because that's worth a lot too. And then we got a product that we've done all the research on. We've done all the legwork, and that product is going to deliver exactly what we said it's going to deliver. So if you keep it that simple, people, process, and product, this thing works.
Right.
It works for everybody.
No, that's great. I think the big thing is, like you said, it's a lot of questions. People just ask questions because they think that's what they should ask. Like, well, how do I know it's real? Well, it's easy. It's 2015.
Right.
You could send someone over there for $300, a real inspector that you find, that you hire, that you pay. Again, all this stuff is, again, it's not a secret. It's all out there. Anybody can drive by it. You can touch it, feel it, see it, sometimes smell it when you don't want to smell it, but you can smell them. And great question. So what's another question or a question you don't get asked?
Well, the other thing is, people got to be in touch with their real goals. You know, whether they want to accumulate wealth, whether they want to get income to live on, a supplement income. They want to build up income, tax deferred income inside the IRA. Once they have their goals set and they let us know about those goals and where they want to get, then we can really help them. So when we ask those questions, we're not asking to pry. We're asking so we can get the right people, the right process, and the right product in your hand to do exactly what you want.
Right? It's like going to the doctor, right? We talked about this.
Exactly.
You don't go to the doctor and say, hey, I'm sick, and he prescribes you. You go to the doctor and you say, I'm sick. Okay, where are you sick? What hurts? Where does it hurt? How long has it been hurting? On a pain 1 to 10, how big is the pain?
It hurts when I raise my arm.
Yeah.
Don't raise your arm.
Exactly. So the key is again, I want to be very clear too. Like we will hit bumps through the process. The key is we're always available via phone. You could always swing into the office if you wanted to. Not many people do, but you could. But pick up the phone or send an email. We're there to support them on that, right?
Exactly.
So that's important. Like, you know, are you going to be there when all hell breaks loose? That's a big question to ask your people. And not many people will. They're just trying to sell you a deal and move on. We sell support because we want to keep future business going on. What departing words, like when they call you today, Bruce, what do you want them, you know, what questions do you want them to be ready to answer or be able to ask?
Well, the thing is, just remember that we're going to keep this thing so simple. And I know sometimes simple is hard to believe, but this is so simple. Don't complicate it.
Right.
And you're going to be happy. I promise you. Don't complicate it. You're going to be happy.
That's
All right?
awesome. Don't complicate it. That's
Right.
that's it. I love it. Thank you, Bruce.
Sure, man.
Thank you. Oh, Adam's got a couple. He's a video ham. Don't let him fool you. He's making these questions up. Come on up, Adam. I'm just messing.
How's everybody doing? We had a little bit of a technical glitch, but I have a lot of questions that people were asking. One, and this was a little bit before I got here, I had the same impression. I wasn't used to understanding that a lot of the Midwest is covered in houses in that $25,000, $35,000 range. Can you just explain a little bit about, I guess, the perception people have when they live in California, New Jersey, New York, Florida, places like that, where that thing ceases to exist, and maybe a little bit about how the investor can take advantage of a house in that sub 50K range based on, you know, banks not necessarily loaning out that type of money.
Yeah, no, great question. So in the Midwest, if you've not been, you should go. It's a great place to raise a family and all that good stuff and just hang out. But the Midwest has a lot of product from Kansas City to Tennessee to Georgia to Ohio to Pennsylvania and all that, of product in the $25,000 to $50,000 range. These are nice, affordable, not deep in the hood situations like you have to walk around in bulletproof vests. It's not like that.
Sure.
And that might be a perception that you might get, but we could go there. How we identify areas is we could walk there at night with our families and feel comfortable, right? It's now, I'm not saying this in a disrespectful way or in a negative way, but it might not be an area where you'd want to live, and that's okay. There's a lot of areas I don't want to live, nice and not nice, but it is what it is. But you're looking at this as an investment. Well, how can I put $50,000 here, and how can I get the maximum return on the investment? Now, to me, if you're a smart investor and a real investor, you're looking at net ROI. That's your driving factor. A lot of people, Adam, was buying in California, trying to take their cash and grow it. You know, hey, if I buy a $400,000 house tomorrow, it's gonna be worth $450,000. But smart people went bankrupt doing this.
Yeah.
We didn't go bankrupt. Our business kept growing. We kept generating revenue for our clients and ourselves, and because we're buying for the right reason, passive cash flow.
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest questions doing a lot of the phone calls, Mark, is people are confused. There's a lot of information out there, and you have to understand in this industry itself, there's people that go out there and talk about things but don't necessarily do it. One of the things I think that our community likes the most is not only do you talk about real estate, but you're an actual investor as well. And we're not into the whole get rich quick, quote unquote, model where you can make a lot of money, fix and flip and things like that overnight. We're more into that buy and hold pattern to create that true residual income. I have a question from Eric out there in Maryland. Eric wants to know what type of qualifying event would allow somebody to purchase real estate through an IRA if they didn't have the money available. So what would that be? What would the answer to that be, Mark?
I mean, again, it's a great question, and it's a private one-on-one question because there's a lot of things. That's like going to the doctor and saying, hey, I'm sick, I need help. That's great, right? And you're at the first step. That's a great question to start the conversation. Self-directed IRAs or self-directed Roth IRAs or self-directed Roth 401ks, etc. So you're at the main question is how much money do I need to get started?
Yeah, how much money does someone need to get started? And for example, if someone were to have a 401k at work, it would be more of an event that would change that. It would be more of someone getting terminated and then allowing to direct that towards a self fund.
Yeah, I mean, terminated, fired, just retiring. I mean, we have clients that have $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 in a 401k accounts when they retire. They don't want to keep the money in that company. They want to take it out and start putting it into higher returning environments. So the thing is, at the end of the day, the question is when you call in and talk to Lindsay, AK, Frank, Bruce, Adam, whoever you're calling to talk to, when you call in and talk to them, the real question is, why do you want to do it through your IRA? Maybe today it might make more sense to do it in personal cash. You have a client recently that has $15,000 in personal cash, $87,000 in an IRA. There might be an opportunity to do both.
Absolutely.
So again, it's on a per person basis, and I think that's the thing is people are looking for a general answer, and if you get general answers, you're going to get general results. I don't want to be normal. I want to have a very here's my situation. And here's what we can do. It's free. It's 100% free for you to call us. It doesn't cost anything, and we're not high pressure. So what we want to do is we want to hear the whole story so we can help from our information and our knowledge. Now, you don't have to take that information and do anything with it. You can throw it away and move on, or you can start asking your financial advisors or your lawyers or your accountants or however you're structured out. I mean, we have people of all walks of life.
Sure.
So we want to make sure that we're able to assist you on the journey. The truth is, at the end of the day, though, the journey starts with the first step. The first step for us would be make a call.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the main thing I see, and AK had talked about a little bit before, is a lot of people that want to get started in real estate investing either try to do it all themselves and they get caught up with market fluctuation, trying to find renters and things like this, where we kind of offer that true turnkey solution. But the biggest mistake I see most people make is really not taking that first step, making the call and making the decision to actually sit down, go through these things with us, let us understand your situation so we on a daily basis. You see, a lot of people don't understand the true power of residual income, especially if you come from an employee mindset. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of times you're taught to trade time for money. Well, when you end up purchasing an asset like this is going to create what's called a renewal stream. In other words, you're going to take that money out of your pocket one time, and as soon as that property gets rented out, that money is going to continue to come in every single month like clockwork. Okay, literally to the point, if you imagine the leaky faucet, and that faucet wouldn't stop leaking that money, even if you didn't want it, you'd have to take it. Most people don't understand that concept. What they do is they listen to quote unquote financial advisors where they put their money into very, very low performing assets, things like bonds, CDs, and stuff like that. You have to understand that the people out there that are getting ahead are the ones that are out there putting it into higher return on investment things. And the perception for most people is that real estate's a struggle, when here what Mark has done is put the whole thing together in one complete turnkey package. And I think, Mark, if you could do one thing, it's what if you could define the word, Mark Evans turnkey to the audience, how would you frame that?
Well, again, I mean, we were talking about it earlier. Turnkey to me is finding a team, us, property management, contractors, all these pieces that are going on, and how do I plug into what they have going on? And then how can I get them to support me? In essence, they're kind of like hiring all of us without hiring us. We're there to guide you. So to me, real turnkey is not a one-off deal. Listen, you could go on the MLS, you could call a local investor, buy a property from them, probably for a couple $1,000s cheaper than we would sell it to you. But the issues are going to be, they're not going to be around when all hell breaks loose. They're not going to be around when the property tenant issues that they don't close properly. We work on those formalities to make sure you're protected. Our job is to protect all of us, not just us, but you as well. Yeah. So we don't mind if you have your lawyer look at the documents. We don't mind if you send an inspector to the property. To me, we want you to have a great experience, but at least just take the step and get it going.
Absolutely.
So having a team is so powerful. Real quick, Peter said, if you don't see the chat box, please refresh your page. If you don't see the chat box, please refresh your page.
And I just want to remind everybody to call in. If you have any questions, we're here to answer them live. The number is 561-270. That's a 6862. Again, that's 561-270-6862. You have Mark here. He's going to answer these questions live. Dial in. We'll grab that phone number. I'll go check if there's any more questions back there on the Facebook chat.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. Yep. Thanks, buddy. What we're going to do too, Adam, I would like to give the virtual real estate investing book made easy to the person that pick a number, Adam, or whoever, 1 through 100, pick a number, whoever gets closest to it in the first 20 questions or 5 questions. All right. So we can't say it out loud though. We're on video. Write it down real quick here. The first person to get the answer 1 through 10, the first person, just write it down and show me what it is, and we'll see what we got here. So go ahead and refresh the page. We'll get the book, Virtual Investing Made Easy. I'll get it sent out to you ASAP. Real quick, Amy, you're here. You just came in, right? Can I bring you up? You okay? Take your time. Take your time. No rush. No rush. So we got Amy, Megan, and Stephen on the other side talking with sellers every day. So I want you to understand is we don't just wake up and send a Craigslist ad and do 100 deals. What we're doing is we have a process. We have a procedure. Leads go out, leads come in, and all this stuff happens. So we talk to a lot of people before you even hear about the deals. We vet them. We go to the property. We check out the tenant. We check out the property. We do a lot of work, and you're only seeing the cream of the crop of the deals. So, Amy, do you mind coming up? This is Amy Jones.
Hey guys,
Amy.
how are you?
She's the head person over on the buy side on the team, dealing with Stephen and Megan, guiding that process. So you talk to one seller a day and we close 100 deals a day, right, with them?
Something like that. You know it.
Exactly. So I mean, talk about our procedures in that. I mean, lots of leads come in, you make the phone calls, you have to talk to them. What's your day like with that? And I'm just trying to share with them how much work we're doing to help them get to that next step.
Lots of phone calls, because if you're not dialing, you're definitely not finding the properties. You're speaking to people that may be an avid investor that just want to offload some of their inventory, all the way down to people who are feeling all kinds of pain for different financial reasons or health reasons or what have you, and they need your help. So we're actually helping these people, which is great.
No, that's a great. I always forget about we know that, but kind of just subconsciously know we're helping sellers like get out of a situation.
Right.
It might not even be a financial situation oftentimes, right? Sometimes they're just done.
Right.
They just don't want to deal with it. So it's all about calling them and talking to them. We don't do hardcore offers. We don't kick them in the teeth when they're down.
No, we certainly don't.
Yeah. So I mean, we're very fair on the forefront, which I think will pass along to you. Like I'm all about like having the positive piece. We're kind of laid back here. We want to like, hey, here's what we're doing. Here's how we're doing it. We're very open and sharing with you guys because we want to make sure we can assist you. What other things like as a buyer, like how much work are we putting in on the front end? How much stuff do you do to make sure it's a decent deal for them?
Well, essentially, we're doing all of our due diligence. We're getting the properties inspected and addressing any kind of issues on the front end, making sure the rehab is done correctly, working through any kind of title issues, just so you guys can rest assured that everything is free and clear when you get it. It's a whole intricate process. And me and my team are doing everything that we can to make sure that you guys get what you need.
I mean, we're spending hours, literally.
Hours and hours.
Days, hours, weeks, and months to make sure we find the property. We have a conversation to see if we can even do the deal.
Right.
Financially, if it even makes sense for everybody. And then, okay, let's say if we move forward, now we have to get the contract, we have to get the deed issues, if there's any, which
Oftentimes there are.
Oftentimes there are.
Unfortunately.
So we're working through that whole process. So if you're a brand new investor by yourself and you do a deal, you can do them. I mean, we're not saying you can't do a deal like that, but there's a lot of steps to get to that buy.
Absolutely.
The purchase, acquisition. Anything else as a viewer, like you want to say, or have them call? Maybe they have a property to sell. They could always call in and contact you, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Columbus number 614-980-0099.
Say it one more time.
614-980-0099. Happy to speak to you about any property that you may have that you may want to sell.
Awesome, Amy. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Amy has it going down. So did you guys, what's the number? Can you guys show me the number? Because some people are pressing the number. Yeah? All right, I don't see it. What, does this keep refreshing on its own? Yeah. It's not going to the bottom. Oh, last question at the top. Yep. MJG Real Estate asked a quick question. Is it possible for me to wholesale or fix and flip through your company? Do you have help in place to do this virtually for us? MJ, we don't do that. You're more than welcome to learn from someone else. We're too busy actually doing deals. We don't teach anybody to do it in the beginning level. We do have a high level program where we take people, grab them, and guide them through the process. So that's a different person. But yeah, you're more than welcome to buy a property in our markets. You're more than welcome to go fix it up and do all that stuff. And you're more than welcome to sell it to us. If it makes sense and it meets our criteria, we would love to buy your property. So what other questions? Is anybody, if you don't see the chat again box, refresh your page. We do have the chat box there. Is it Carrie from Maryland? Hello, Carrie. Thank you for being here. What's up, Tom Kelly? Tom, you should be closing deals. You got like 100 deals going down right now. I know you do. Thanks, Kevin Nations, for all the nice words and comments, as well as you, Justin Brooke. I look forward to helping you guys. Does anybody, real quick here, we haven't talked about this. We're going to shut down here shortly, but IRAs, self-directed IRAs, 401ks, and all that. Contact our team. We'd love to email you or call you today. If you want us to call you and you can't call in yet, that's fine. Just shoot us an email. What would be a good email, Peter, to have them email in at? Is there a good email for just a general email we can distribute? Yeah, just send me an email. info@AmericanWealthBuilders.com. info@AmericanWealthBuilders.com. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you, Justin. And out flipping standing guys. Thank you, guys. So again, guys, we have a lot of cool stuff going on. We're going to do more shows in the future. info@AmericanWealthBuilders.com. I don't want to keep you. I know everyone's busy. I said this lasts about a half hour. It's actually 45 minutes into it already. The person that gets closest to the number 1 through 10 will send out a book. Go ahead and leave a comment. But I want to cut it off now in about 3 minutes. So if you have any questions, now is the time, or forever hold your peace. Adam, you getting anything over there on your end?
Just some questions on how to get started.
How to get started. Like we said, just pick up the phone or email in, right? ASAP. You can call 561-270-6862. Leave your words, comments, anything you have going on. We'd love to help you. So I don't want to keep you guys. Peter, anything else on our end? We're good? All right, guys and gals. Thank you guys for being here. Welcome to the first show we've done at American Wealth Builders and Mark Evans DM. We got a lot more to come. So if you need help on something else, just let us know. We'd love to help you. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.